Bucs, Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens. It's a big week 4 across the National Football League. We're going to pick every game today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins. And we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate you all being here very, very much. Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONNFL. That'll get you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup.
Joe, we have football tonight. And I can't believe this one didn't make the cold open tease for the big games of the week.
My wife asked me what the Thursday night game was, and I said it's Seahawks and Cardinals, and she was like, ugh. And I'm like, you know what? I don't get to see those teams play that much, so right. I'm excited to watch them.
It's a standalone. Usually it's the other 4:05 game on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like the game of the week on Fox. It's got Tom Brady and Greg Olsen back before it was Tom on the call. And this Seattle team, man, they're very handsome in all of the metrics right now. And I get it. They played the Saints last week, right?
That's the first time the Saints looked like the Saints are supposed to. They were competitive weeks 1 and 2.
Yep. And obviously Seattle had a very strong performance against Pittsburgh. They had a competitive loss in week 1 to the San Francisco 49ers. This team won 10 games last year. Year 2, Mike McDonald flushed the whole offense down the toilet, and here they are, and they're scoring points. Jackson Smith and Jigba looks unstoppable.
Number 1 fantasy receiver maybe this year.
I got him.
You got him. You got him. Wow, nice job.
Got him.
The key is just get Ohio State slot receivers. So that's all you got to do.
Luka,
JSN, Garrett Wilson. Yeah, and they're situation transcendent, right? Doesn't matter who's throwing the ball, what they got going on, man.
With that, if you built a fantasy team exclusively from players from one college, is Ohio State winning?
LSU might have something to say about that
this year with the Vikings and Bengals quarterback situations.
I assume every player would have to be from LSU, right?
Yes.
But
I'm saying a fantasy team.
Oh,
so Jamar Chase as your LSU wide receiver on your fantasy team, and Justin Jefferson is your LSU wide receiver.
Yeah, it's Ohio State because then you get Stroud's not great, but he's something, right?
Does Bama have something to say about this? This is
Kyle, careful. We haven't picked a single game.
This is a show. Okay, yeah. Listen, we'll come back to that. But we
put up the YouTube channels. You let us know, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, let us know. So every week here on Thursdays, we preview the entire slate of games. We take the opportunity to Joe and I pick head to head, and we pick straight up. The show with the roster power rankings that we did in the summertime, we updated every week. There's a power rankings with numbers involved that we can then convert that into our own spread calculations. The show picks against the spread with the FanDuel spreads. You and I are only pick them straight up who wins the game.
That's right.
Everybody's got a winning record so far this season. It's a good place.
Hope we do. We're picking.
Yeah, winners, well, we both have over 30 wins through the first 3 weeks. We're averaging better than 10-6. I think we should be happy with that as we're figuring out who these teams are.
And Kyle, 4 up so far.
4 up.
4 up.
Let's start with tonight, where the Seahawks are favored in Arizona by 1.5. The vibes are bad on this Cardinals offense from every Cardinals fan that I've talked to. And the vibes are good for this Seattle defense. I'm picking the Seahawks to win this game just based off of kind of what we've seen the last couple of weeks from both teams. Seattle is really buzzing right now. I think there's some newness to what they're doing that teams are probably still trying to catch up to a little bit on offense. I think all that plays to their advantage.
Don't trust Arizona's offense. It's that simple, and I love Seattle's defense. It's short week in Arizona. That's helpful, but Trey Benson not looking like a very confident carrier of the football to this point. Drops plaguing this team. It's Kyler Murray against Seattle's defense. Give me the Seahawks.
The show likes Seattle to cover the 1.5 point spread as well. So everybody here on the program riding with our Seahawks. We have our first international game of the year. So rejoice. You get a 9:30 kick on Sunday. Vikings versus Steelers. But this is the Ireland game, right?
It's overseas.
It's international. So the Carson Wentz-led Vikings versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Brian Flores Revenge Bowl, right? He was, after he left Miami, he went to Pittsburgh for a stop and then landed in Minnesota.
I'm concerned about Pittsburgh in this game. I really am. I think the pass rush that Minnesota has is really outstanding. I don't really trust a lot of the offense, the tackles in particular with the Steelers. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers to be able to move within the pocket and find platforms to throw the football. Minnesota's defense, I think, is big here. And if Carson Wentz can just not lose in the game, I think they're going to have a real shot. Am I picking the Vikings? Did I just do that?
It sounds like you talked yourself into picking the Vikings.
Yeah, let's go Vikings.
I can't get there with you. I hear everything you're saying, but I also have concerns about Carson Wentz.
Sure.
And the execution against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick the Steelers.
Let's go.
To win this game. So we're not waiting. Tim can rejoice.
Tim.
Our buddy Tim. We didn't wait until the 4 p.m. slate to be different on a game. You got your money's worth early, Tim. Do you think he's happy or
we won't know? We won't know.
We won't know. Do you think he's happy or mad when his name comes up on the program every Thursday?
I'm just happy that we know that despite all the crap he's given us through the years, we know we can't stop listening. So,
and commenting.
Great joy.
And you know what helps the algorithm and helps more people find the show? More comments.
Appreciate you, brother.
The spread with this game, you lose kind of the home road element with a neutral site. It's the ultimate wild card. Minnesota not having JJ McCarthy doesn't really impact their roster score just because we had an incomplete evaluation on JJ McCarthy. So this is scored as a pick'em game, which means the show is taking Pittsburgh to cover the 2.5. It is literally coin toss for these two teams.
It's me and my Vikings. Skull.
I expect to hear you screaming all the way up here in Philadelphia from Charlotte. This is Skull every time you get a first down.
The whole time.
Big game at 1:00.
I know. I wish the injuries were different in this game. Yeah.
Well, it really is fascinating from an injuries perspective, too. Philadelphia and Tampa Bay playing in Tampa. Tampa has had the late game magic in every game this season. They've squeaked them out. Baker Mayfield's put on the cape. Philadelphia storming back. They had their own magic last week against the Rams. The 2 block kicks on special teams. But Tampa's offensive line being banged up the way that it is certainly changes some of the dynamics around this game.
In addition to Evans and Gansey.
Yeah. And Evans missing multiple weeks with a hamstring. Now, I believe Chris Godwin is in line to be back.
That'd be huge.
Let me make sure we do the thing here.
Still his first game in a while, you know.
Godwin expected to make his debut on Sunday.
Well, that's huge. Kyle, I love that the Bucs are at home. I think that's helpful. I don't think they have what's necessary in the trenches. I know the Eagles have a few injuries as well.
No love for Desmond Watson getting put on the practice squad.
Absolutely none. Yeah.
How outrageous of a storyline has this been?
It's just because he's big as he is.
Big. Yeah.
That's all it is.
But it's, the Bucs have been working out Desmond Watson, trying to get him in a place to play.
Yeah, they've been working on it for like 8 months. And
there's a lot of teams that have been working with a lot of players to try to get him in a place to play and be ready to play.
Yeah, just huge. That's all it is.
I low-key do hope, because they did put him on the practice squad, I do hope they elevate him so that you could have Vita Vea and Desmond Watson in the A-gaps.
Doesn't help if you can't move off the ball.
Just don't get moved.
Okay.
Just don't get moved. I hope it. I want to see it because I want to see what.
I want to see it too, but I don't feel good about it.
I think Philadelphia found something in the second half against the Rams. I'm going to pick them to win this game.
All right, we got more to do. Some big ones coming up. Maybe not immediately after the break, but some bigger games as we move down the schedule, folks. Be sure to stick with us. The NFL season is here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however I'd like to bet, whether that's spreads, player props, over-unders, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. It just makes every game more exciting, whether you're watching your team or just keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup. It's quick, it's easy, and the best way to add a little more excitement to your game days. And folks, all the spreads we're talking about today, they are from FanDuel. So if you like something, head on over, get in on the action. Are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet. When you think game day, you might not think Wayfair, but you should, because Wayfair is the best kept secret for incredible and affordable game day finds. Wayfair has everything you need to get your space ready for the season, whether you're tailgating outdoors or cheering from your living room. And actually, my wife and I, we just extended our back patio. My wife loves having an outdoor TV. I love cooking outside. We needed some new furniture for this patio. We went right to Wayfair. The selection was awesome. The pricing was incredible. Found everything that we wanted, and the delivery was free. It was fast, and it was hassle-free, which is a lifesaver when you need something in time for kickoff. Wayfair is your trusted destination for all things game day, from coolers and grills to recliners and slow cookers. Shop, save, and score today at Wayfair.com. That's Wayfair.com. Wayfair, every style, every home.
Joe, just sent you something in the chat here in the studio.
Okay.
I believe the Cardinals are wearing their rivalries.
They are, yeah.
Tonight? Check out the field. Check out the field.
We might need to change the pick. Boy, this is pretty.
Yeah, it looks great, doesn't it?
Gosh, that looks so good. I love that orange color.
And they got the what is it? The elements of the state flag in the end zone.
Super good, man. That grass looks freaking awesome.
So yeah,
lush.
Man, I know we're big football aesthetics.
What? And they're gonna wear those sand uniforms. It's gonna be tough to take this L tonight in that, but you'll look good at least.
They'll look good.
You'll look good. The pictures will be great.
So let's move on to Bills Saints.
Yeah.
Alarmingly high spread, I think, is the largest takeaway here. Can you confirm you picked the Eagles to win the game as well?
Yeah, I picked the Eagles.
Okay. And then from a spread standpoint, the injuries for Tampa Bay's offensive line push this to an R scoring, Philly -4. So the show likes Philly to cover as well. 15.5 is a large spread.
Big, yeah.
I'm picking the Bills. I think it's probably needless to say. Are you also picking the Bills?
Spencer Rattler's 25th birthday on Sunday. I think they're going to try really hard.
I would hope they try very, very hard. I don't think it's going to help them.
Yeah, Bills at home.
The spread between our 4th-ranked team and our last-ranked team, Joe. What do we do here? It has the spread in our scoring at 15.5 as well.
What's funny, this was 16.5 last night. It came down to 15.5. Came down. Yeah.
So do we go pick with the line movement and pick the Saints? Or do we say we think it will also be 15.5, ergo we should pick the Bills?
Well, we've always just went with the spread as of just before the recording of the show. So I think we should stay consistent with that.
Right. But if we think it's 15.5.
What do you think the score of this game is? Like 35-14 or something like that?
So you think we should take this is the first time I can remember in the 3 years that we've done this where we have the exact same spread as the lines. Like it could be 15.6 and we'd say, okay, then we're going to take them to cover. Or it could be 15.4. It's 15.5.
I don't know. I don't know what to do, Kyle.
We'll leave it for now. Because I don't want to get too derailed here. We are going to talk about Detroit fresh off of Impressive win. And unstoppable force meeting unmovable object here with the Browns rush defense versus the Detroit Lions rushing offense.
Yeah.
The Lions smashed the Ravens on the ground. And it was not just the David Montgomery explosive run, 70-plus yard run, which I think is the longest run in the NFL this season through the first 3 weeks. It wasn't just that play. They had their way with the Ravens up front. Cleveland has stopped everybody from running the ball. This is one of the best matchups in the 1 o'clock slate is Detroit's run game versus Cleveland's run defense.
Yeah. I think the Lions will win this game.
Yeah, likewise.
I don't think that Cleveland has enough offense, which is going to be the story all year long. And I don't think the Lions will come down off that and disappoint. I think they're going to take care of this one. Jim Schwartz revenge game, though.
The show likes Detroit minus 11.5. So the show likes Detroit to cover the 9.5 that FanDuel has for the spread as well. The first of multiple 0-3 bowls thus far this week 4 slate. The Tennessee Titans, with Bo Hardegre calling plays, made some changes.
You're killing me right now.
Jarvis Brownlee traded. Vibes are great in Tennessee. Just ask anybody. Versus the 0-3 Houston Texans. Surely the Texans can win this football game.
They should win this football game. Yes, Houston. They're a more talented team. This should be a nightmare matchup for Tennessee's offense against this defense.
Have you seen the Cam Ward amount of hits he's taken in 3 games?
We're not off to a good start. How many is it?
He's been hit. Do you have a guess? Give me a number.
I know it's outrageously high. I don't know. I guess like 12 times a game. So what is it? 36 times.
Okay, so you actually went a little aggressive. It's 30.
Okay.
He's averaging 10 quarterback hits per game. Which since 2022, I had somebody accuse me of making these numbers up yesterday.
That's what Kyle does in his free time.
Yeah, I was a goofy guy, just made it up. Drew, since we're shouting out. We got Tim and Drew today on the show.
Tim every Thursday. Thursdays with Tim.
Since 2022, the average amount of hits on dropbacks per game average, Cam Ward is like on pace to be 3 more hits per game on dropbacks than the next highest quarterback that's been hit. It's an unsustainable pace of taking contact as a quarterback.
Right. It's a bad marriage of like Cam's style, what we know Brian Callahan wants the offense to be. They're down some players on the O-line, which, has some youth to it. It's not a good situation.
What is very, very funny is 35th out of the 37 qualifying quarterbacks on this list was Will Levis.
Yeah, jeez, buddy.
So,
wow.
Houston. The show, let me double check here. The Titans are our 31st ranked team in the power rankings. And the Texans sit 14th. It's about a 10-point spread. It's in Houston. The show likes Houston by 12. So, Giants Chargers.
Jackson Darts.
This is the Jackson Dart start game.
The Jackson Dart start.
Jackson Dart start game, which I like for New York. I'm really interested in what kind of spark that provides. But this is not the team to have some first start procedural mistakes with. And I think that's the parallels to Drake May, like we talked about yesterday. Drake May had 3 turnovers in the first start that he had against Houston. Like, I would not be surprised if there's good but also bad with Jackson and getting his feet wet in this offense. And as a result, I think the Chargers are going to take care of business, and the show likes them to cover the 6.5 in New York as well.
I'm in on the Chargers.
Okay.
I think the Giants are a better team, I hope, with Jackson Dart at quarterback.
Well, we got 2 more 1 o'clock games. We got a lot to get into. I know we got our break here. Why don't we take the break now, and then we'll get the rest on the other side of it.
Mashing the gas pedal on the other side of it,
That's
folks.
right.
Be sure to stick with us. The NFL season is back, and honestly, there's nothing better than being in the stadium surrounded by fans cheering on your team. But let's be honest, getting tickets can be a hassle. Between queues, login screens, and prices jumping at checkout, it is frustrating. That's why I use Game Time, the app that gives the advantage back to fans. Game Time is fast, it's easy, and it's backed by the Game Time guarantee. You're always going to get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time and at the best price. Plus, all fees are included, so the price you see is the price you pay. Maybe you want to get to one of these games that we're talking about, and maybe you need to make a last-minute choice to go to them. Well, Game Time is the best place for last-minute tickets. They always have great deals available, and it's just cheaper, it's faster, and it's less stressful than any other way that you can purchase tickets. So download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today.
All right. Mashing the gas pedal down. We have Washington at Atlanta with potentially Jaden Daniels as limited participant on Wednesday at quarterback, which is helpful. And then on the other side of it, you have Raheem Morris specifying that Kirk lost his job last year. We're nowhere near that for Michael Penix yet.
Boy, we should be getting close. We should be talking about it.
He threw Kirk right under the bus like that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. How about Washington's defense?
Yeah.
Low-key been pretty good. Like their pressure metrics and their pass rush has been really strong.
It's Dan Quinn, brother.
Yeah, I know. And I hear you in my head all summer long. It's a scheme. I'm sitting there saying he gets these pass rushers, and Kyle's like, no, he believes in the scheme. I'm like, okay. I guess you're right about that.
Well, you're right against that until you run up against a team that's just outright more talented, right? Like coaches can push buttons to a certain point, but that's what Philly's whole formula has been, right? Is like we got an elite roster, and like when push comes to shove, like our guys are just gonna be better.
Yeah,
we don't do anything crazy exotic. We're just gonna be better.
You think Washington gets their first takeaway of the season this one?
I do. Yeah, I do. And the show likes Washington to win by 5 as compared to the 1.5. So the show likes Washington overwhelmingly to cover the 1.5 points.
Yeah. Best third down defense in the league so far, the Commanders. I like Washington.
New England Patriots at home against the Carolina Panthers, who are fresh off of a 30-0 win over said Atlanta Falcons. Patriots at home favored by 5.5 points. I'll tell you what, one thing I hate in this matchup for Carolina is their injuries on the offensive line going up against this defensive front. Because Patriots got some troublemakers up front. They got some guys that can create some chaos. And I think that is the overwhelming matchup in the game for me that tilts this game. I'm taking the Patriots at home.
No doubt. I think the Patriots, if they can get past their own slop, which I think the Panthers are the type of team that you can get past it. Yeah, I mean, because they're doing some good things, the Patriots. They just got to be more situationally sound. Like you could tell there's some youngness on the team that they got to kind of figure out. They're playing through some stuff, but this is a home game against a Carolina team that I think that, from a talent perspective, I think New England is every bit as talented. They're at home. I like Drake May better. I like the coaching in New England better. Give me the Patriots.
What's Mike Vrabel say? The good stuff, the bad stuff, and the what that gets you beat, right? Just get rid of the what stuff that gets you beat.
As soon as teams can figure that out, that's when you can really take a turn, man.
One of the most exciting matchups of the week.
Yeah.
Rams versus Colts. Colts undefeated coming in. Rams obviously coming off of that tough loss that they took to Philadelphia, in which they were up 26-7, I believe.
Yeah.
Rams at home. Really interesting matchup for the size and physicality that the Colts can bring versus a disruptive defensive front for the Rams, but a front that's not particularly big across the board. I think that's the compelling matchup for me in this game. I don't know how the Colts are going to cover Puka Nacua, though.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern is just some of those matchups. But I might extend the same thing to the Rams, and I don't love their secondary. And we got some ball winners here with the Colts, that I think can make some plays.
Quentin Lake, Kobe Durant turned into a couple really nice players for them.
Well, it's the other one that's the concern.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
We got that tight end.
We got no conviction here.
We got that tight end and Tyler Warren. I like the Rams at home.
You like the Rams at home?
Yeah.
I also like the Rams at home. The show has the Rams by 6. So the show likes the Rams to cover the 3.5. I would say if the Rams had won last week, I might be inclined to pick Indy. Right. I think there's an extra element of like being lasered in and being pissed off about how that game got away from you that I think the Colts catch a bad break in that regard. And I think they're very capable of winning the game. Like, I would not be surprised if the Colts won this game.
Sure. I worry a little bit like the Colts haven't turned over the ball. Like, it's going to happen at some point, right? This feels like the type of game that it would.
49ers, Jaguars.
This is the hardest game of the week to predict, right?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Tell me things.
I don't.
You believe in Jacksonville's defense, don't you?
I don't like the matchups for San Francisco in this game. What? So now Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Jennings are not practicing.
Oh, so, no! If it's over.
That's the world we're living in, and like whether it's Brock Purdy or whether it's Mac Jones and Nick Bosa's down on the defensive line, Jacksonville can run the ball. That's the whole Liam Cohen thing, is they like to mash the ball. I think they're capable of doing it. I think that the turnovers that they've been able to produce, I think they're going to be able to attack that front for San Francisco with a neutral game script. And I think the weapons are going to be really limited. And Jacksonville, I think their pressure ability, how they pressure teams, how they blitz, the guys that they have on the edge, give me Jacksonville to win this football game.
It's so crazy because I think there are so many elements to this Jacksonville team that are likable. I just don't love their quarterback right now. But I think they can win in spite of him.
He's not playing great.
I think you're right. There's too many problems for the 49ers. They're at home, though, which helps. But
yeah,
I think you're right.
The show likes the 49ers -4. So are we both going to scorn the show here? Who says the 49ers not only win, but they cover 3.5? We're both riding Jags?
Yes. Show. I'm out on the show.
All right.
Kyle, I told you 26 minutes we get to this Ravens-Chiefs game.
We've been on pretty good pace since the break.
Yeah.
The who falls to 1-3 bowl. Don't lie. Nobody on the face of the planet on their bingo card had these two teams. I'm not saying you would, but I'm saying nobody on the face of the planet had either Kansas City or Baltimore starting the season 1-3. If you did spike the ball and come leave a comment on the show and let us know.
These teams have lost
with a receipt.
They've lost 3 of the last 4. Each one of them. Someone's going to lose 4 of the last 5.
Yeah. The unit I have the most faith in right now is the Ravens offense.
I mean, I hear you on that, but like, have you ever seen Lamar struggle to get out of pressure like he has so far this year? Derrick Henry is not running the football well. He's fumbling.
Derrick Henry's running the ball fine.
He's got like the second highest stuff rate in the league. He's like one of the lowest missed tackles forced per carry running back so far through 3 games. He's been objectively not good. I'm not writing the guy off, but 3 games, 3 fumbles, low missed tackles force rate, second highest stuff rate in the league. I mean, he had some breakaway runs against the Bills.
I think this game's going to feel very similar to the Bills-Ravens game week 1.
You think this Ravens defense can go?
We'll see who they get.
They're missing all their best players, man.
See who they get. That is the big concern, is they're down a lot of names. They're down a lot of impact players.
Kyle Hamilton going to play like he did last week? Because, boy, that was one of the worst safety performances I've ever seen.
Maybe they'll get the real Kyle Hamilton this week.
Be nice for him to show up. They need him.
And I don't know. Do I have any faith in Kansas City to move the ball?
No.
Right. So the unit I have the most faith in right now is the Baltimore Ravens offense. Lamar's been playing great. Now he hasn't had the escapability. I think they'll make some adjustments. I'm picking the Ravens to win the game.
Jeez.
The show with the injuries likes the Chiefs to cover +2.5. It's up to you.
I wish I had any level of confidence that the Chiefs could run the football.
Pick different. You want to. I know you want to.
No, I think I should pick Baltimore. But their defense is even more banged up. Their offense is, they've had passing game production. And the Chiefs defense wake up. I don't know, man. I guess the Ravens. I guess.
You're gonna be real mad at yourself if the Chiefs win this game.
I know. I think they might.
So we need to mash the last 4 games here. Now we really need to put the foot on the gas. Bears Raiders. Bears coming off the win. against the Dallas Cowboys, in which the offense showed up in a big way. Raiders pretty flat against Washington with Marcus Mariota. You can give me the Bears to win this game as well.
Loosely going with the Bears.
This show has, it's about 1.5 difference. The show has this as a coin toss game, so the show likes the Bears to cover plus 1.5. The Raiders are favored at home by 1.5. Which brings us to the primetime game. Sunday Night Football. Packers off of an egg. And kind of played sloppy. Cleveland made the plays at the end of the game. Against the Dallas team that was Swiss cheese for the Bears last week. It's a Packers joke? Cheese?
Swiss I like cheese? It. Yeah.
I
think they'll be more Swiss cheese. I don't trust that Dallas defense at all.
More Swiss cheesy this week. Give me the Packers. And the show, from a spread perspective, likes the Packers by 8. So the show likes the Packers to cover the 6.5 point spread. Monday Night Football games, Dolphins, Jets. Dolphins also wearing their rivalries, if that moves you in any way, shape, or form, Joe.
I think that the Dolphins have some matchup problems that are going to be a challenge for the Jets, and I don't think that the Jets have the offensive structure to challenge Miami's issues on defense. Give me Miami at home.
Yeah. Dolphins also getting extra time and prep for this game. Having played on Thursday. 2 winless teams. Jets obviously had the heartbreaker against Tampa Bay. I am also picking the Dolphins. The show likes the Dolphins to cover at home the 2.5 point spread. But I do think the most interesting matchup in the game, and I know we got to go, Dolphins have had, the Dolphins' offensive metrics are terrible in everything with the exception of EPA per rush on non-quarterback runs. They're top 6 in the NFL. The only thing the Jets defense measures metrically good in is EPA per rush defensively. So does this help the passing game for Miami get going? Does one of these strengths beat up the other strength for units that are having a hard time right now? I think that's the most compelling matchup for me in this game.
Just throw the ball whoever's Brandon Stevens covering. Quincy Williams is out too, right?
Quincy Williams is out and Brandon Stevens is starting. Yeah.
That's helpful.
The Broncos at home against the Jake Browning. Which one is it based off the...
One's the punter, one's the quarterback.
Well, no, the Schefter had one of those weird, it's a report, but not a report on why, this guy's actually good. It's okay. They'll be fine. Yeah. And you got the name wrong. He said Jack Brown.
Well, it's actually a punter. That's a legit punter is Jack Browning.
Yeah.
From San Diego State. Yeah. It was after Matt Ariza. He was their punter.
The Broncos at home against the Jack Browning-led, doesn't matter whether it's Jake, Jack, or Jacqueline, right? It's
how many yards of offense did the Bengals get in this game?
Oh.
They get 200 yards of offense?
I'll go slightly over. I'll go under 220.
Net yards, you got to take away the sacks.
The show likes the Broncos at home.
Yeah, Broncos.
Cover the spread. There you have it. There's our picks against the spread. Each one of them on the pick'ems for week 4 of the 2025 NFL season. We hope you guys enjoy. We got takes on takes tomorrow. Come back and see us again tomorrow. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino, we are out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will talk to you all again soon.